For the past 6 or 7 months, they've managed to double our organic leads, and Stephen and the team are actually helping us with our sales process as well right now, so we can close more leads. We've sent out about $300,000 in quotes that have come directly from those leads, but we've had a great experience with them so far.
Like you just saw, I'm going to show you how we took Conor from sending out $47,000 in organic quotes for his HVAC business that came through Google search in the 90 days prior to working with us, to sending out over $338,000 worth of quotes in the 90 days after working with us that came through Google search. He got crazy results. I'm stoked about it. So I went to him and I asked if we could share the strategies and tactics behind what we did for him so that you guys can do the exact same thing for your business. There's no secrets withheld here whatsoever. I'm going to go through the whole case study, the process from start to basically right now, what we're doing for Conor, so that again, like I said, you can implement this into your service business, okay? But first of all, who is this actually for? If you are a service business, especially if you're in the trades, if you've got a website, maybe you had someone doing SEO on that website before, maybe you're doing it, maybe you had someone design it before, but either way, you've got a website that's kind of just been sitting on the internet for months or even years. This is for you. Okay, because if you just got a new website that literally went live in the last couple weeks or couple months, you're not going to get as quick results. You're not going to get results like this. Don't expect that. But if you do have a website that maybe it's ranked before in the past for Google search, you've had it for a couple of years, in other words, your domain has some authority on Google, then you can get results this quickly. I don't want to present the expectation that everybody watching this video, if you just have a website, you're going to get these type of results. But what I can promise you, if you do have a website that you've had it for a couple of years, it's got some authority on Google, maybe it is ranking pretty well, but you're not seeing results coming from it, absolutely this is going to work for you. So stay to the end of this video. And it's not going to be pretty, it's not going to be entertaining, sexy, whatever. But what this video is going to show you how to do is implement the same thing for Conor and get results just like him if you fit into that category. So without further ado, we'll get into the video. And if you don't already know, my name is Steven. I run flexmarketing.ca. We're a marketing agency. And if you want to just skip all of this video and not implement this yourself and just get someone to do it for you, if you are in the service industry or in the trades, you can click the link below, check out our website, book a call with me there, and we'll have a quick chat about it. But otherwise, let's get right into the video and start going over the process. So as you can see here, there's 5 steps for our SEO Skyrocket process. Number 1, customer data. We're going to be collecting information about your customers. This isn't necessarily like their addresses or personal information. This is relevant information that we're going to need later for SEO. Step 2, we're taking that information and looking up keywords, doing keyword research to find out what your customers are actually searching up, what's going to be valuable in terms of ranking your website on Google. Where do we want your website to actually show up in terms of keywords? 3, SEO optimization. We're then taking those keywords that we found, that we researched, and then putting them into the website in strategic locations so that Google, when it crawls your website, then it actually sees the keywords that we want to rank for and then ranks you accordingly for those keywords. We're also going to be showing you how to upload it to Google Search Console and then put your sitemap into Google, or I should say submit your sitemap into Google, which is a very, very crucial step. Definitely, if you're watching this video to use these tactics, stay to that part or make sure you do not miss that part, uploading your sitemap to Google so that it can index it. People miss that a lot of the times. They do all this work for SEO. They don't submit their sitemap and then it all goes to waste because Google can only crawl like 1 or 2 pages of your website, which is, I'm just telling you a story about what I did. So don't do that. I'm going to show you how to avoid that mistake. 4, conversion rate optimization. This is not SEO, but I included it in the process because it's so crucial. Conversion rate optimization is simply getting more people when they come to your website to convert into leads, which is, calling you, filling out a form, whatever that might be. A lot of people do SEO on the website, but they miss trying to convert more people or the processes behind what it actually takes to get a lead from a website. It's not just showing your website to more people on more searches. It's actually converting them into an engaged lead, right? A form submission, a call, an email, an opt-in, any kind, that's one of the most important parts. So these two really go hand in hand. And 5, boost SEO, right? So we're doing ongoing work. I'm going to show you what that could look like and what we've actually done for Conor since that initial 90-day setup period. So let's get into it. Customer data. What does this entail? I'm going to isolate it here, and then we're going to look at it exactly. So, all right. Again, I told you this was not going to be sexy, so don't expect too much. You've got a customer, right? You've got a specific demographic. Let's call this guy Ben. All right. That's Ben. So don't think too much about SEO here. This is not about SEO. This is about your customers. Okay. Think about it. What does Ben want? What is the problem that you're solving for Ben? In Conor's case, it was installing a new heating system or air conditioning system, whatever the HVAC system was. Heat pump, furnace, water tanks, boilers, air conditioners. What problem are you solving for your customers? For ourselves, if you're like a marketing agency, for example, you could be solving the problem of generating more leads for a business and making them more money. They are not making enough money in their business. They need to get more leads. They're going to hire you to solve that problem or mitigate it, right? So for yourself, think about your customers right now. What problem are they looking to solve? Okay, so for Conor's case, like I mentioned, it was installing a new HVAC system, and that's who Conor wanted to get more of, right? You can think about that as well. Like what customer do you want to get more of? And then what are their problems, okay? So once you know what problems they're having, what are they going to do next, right? Like think about it. They're going to go to Google to search up someone who can solve that problem, okay? And then based on what they value, they're going to look up different types of keywords, right? So like, do they have money, right? Like, is this a luxury climate? Is this a high-end client who has money to spend on your services? If so, they might search up different keywords into Google than somebody who might not have that much money to spend on your type of services or the problems that you solve, right? Where are they located? If they're, for example, like we're from Vancouver, there's a lot of different districts and subsections of Vancouver. You got North Vancouver, West Vancouver, you got the city of Vancouver, Burnaby, like these are all different little cities inside of Vancouver, I should say districts. But wherever they are, they might search up HVAC services Surrey or HVAC services North Vancouver, right? They're putting the location into the keyword, so that's going to impact a lot of the keywords that you're looking for. But either way, right, we're looking at the problems that we want to solve. So you can even, like what I'll do here is just put a text block, right? So like we're looking for, okay, people that need heat pumps. That's way too big. Heat pumps, right? Oops. Just gonna make this guy smaller. Yeah, that's good. Heat pumps. Heat pumps, air conditioners, furnaces, boilers, like whatever the system is, right? So like, what are you actually doing for them? You're installing these services. And then from here, where we can go, whoa, hello. Say, okay, what services are you doing? And again, this is not just for HVAC. Like you could be like building a website. Could be like law, right? Like you could be a lawyer. Could do accounting services, right? What are the services that you're doing for them? Then where does that problem stem from? And then you'll know what searches they're going to be looking up into Google. Problem? Can't get heat for their home. No air conditioning. Uncomfortable. I'll just say uncomfy. Okay. So this is the problem that someone's facing. Right. For a website, it could be no leads, not enough money. Could be accounting, losing money, losing track of money. Right. Uncertainty in business. Like these are just all off the top of my head, obviously. So they're a little bit like scrambled, but you get the idea of what I'm going for. Like you have services you offer, they're solving a problem. And then from there, what are they searching in Google? Okay. There's something, they're going to Google, especially since we're talking about SEO here, they're going to Google to look up the solution for their problems, somebody that can solve it. We want to get your website in front of them. They're going to be keeping in mind these things. They're not necessarily, in some cases, right? In some cases, they're thinking about the actual fix, the solution to the problem, like a new heat pump, a new air conditioner, a new furnace. Most homeowners will know if they need a new heat pump or if they need a new furnace. Some people don't, right? Some people don't even know what system they have in their home or where it's even located. So you're going to be looking for these two things, okay? The problems that they're searching up into Google or the solution that you have for them. For example, not just for HVAC, for a new website, okay? Somebody could search up web designers near me, web designers in Vancouver, cheap web designers in my area. These are all keywords that people can search. They can also search how to get more leads for my business or business that can get me more leads, revenue increasing services, like random things like that. Again, these are off the top of my head, but you can see here, there's different types of keywords, like problem keywords and solution keywords. These are problem, these are solutions, okay? Now we're asking ourselves, what are they searching up into Google? Which leads us to our next step, which is keywords. Number 2. We're just gonna drag this. We'll drag it down to the bottom and we'll just have a nice line in here. Okay, perfect, keywords. Okay, so what is a keyword? If you don't know what a keyword is, a keyword, okay, is something somebody searches up into Google. So if I go to Google, okay, we can do heat pump installers near me, heat pump installers, heat pump rebates BC, heat pump grant, heat pump North Vancouver. That search right there, that is a keyword. Now there's different types of keywords. There's short tail and long tail. But first of all, let's just define what is a keyword. I don't know why this does such huge text every time. What is a keyword? We'll just say the phrase someone uses for a Google search. All right? That's what we're going to define a keyword as. It keeps doing that. How does it do that? Hold on here. All right. Perfect. So there's 2 types of keywords, like I mentioned. There's short tail. I'll give you an example, and then long tail. Okay. And if you're watching this video, you probably can get an idea of what both of those things mean, but short tail is just a short keyword. Long tail is a long keyword with multiple words contained in that. So heat pump North Vancouver, that's more of a long tail search. If I just search heat pump, that's short tail. To be completely honest with you, I don't know if there's a definition of what a clearly defined short tail or a clearly defined long tail in terms of how many words it encompasses, but 2 to 3 words typically that's short tail, and then a longer tail would be like heat pump installers near me, or like quality heat pump installers near me. That's more of a long tail keyword. And long tail keywords, they're actually what are being searched up the most compared to short tail keywords in terms of the intent behind them. If someone's searching up quality heat pump installers near me, you can be certain that that person is looking for heat pump installation services from a quality installation provider. But if someone searches up just heat pumps, then it's like they could be looking to buy a heat pump, they could be looking for heat pump repairs, maintenance for heat pumps, anything regarding heat pumps. So it's a good keyword to have because a ton of people are going to be searching for this and you can bet on that, but you don't really know the quality of searches compared to a longer tail keyword where you can be certain that somebody's looking for your services for that. Okay, so short tail, they're great. However, you don't exactly know. So I'll give you an example of this here. right? We'll use heat pump for this. Heat pumps, long tail. Again, that would be something like, we'll use quality heat pump near me. All right, beautiful. Let me just make this look good. Okay, there we go. So both of these are great. They have their pros and cons, like I mentioned. Like heat pump is probably going to get way more searches than quality heat pump installers near me. Like that's very specific. But again, you're going to have more searches for quality heat pump installers near me, where their intent behind that search is to find somebody to install their heat pump, which if that's the customer you're looking for, based on the information from this section here, the customer data that you're looking for, then that is a better keyword to rank for, and that's what you want on your website. So pros and cons to both, but either way, that's what a keyword is. Now, how do we actually find keywords? I should say good keywords like these ones that you should be ranking for, right? Because keywords is, it's not the easiest thing to find the best keywords. People make it way too complicated. Other people make it seem way too easy. But there's a few ways that you can go about it. I actually have a recent video on the YouTube channel that you can check out that kind of goes through this in depth, because I'm not going to go, into crazy detail about keywords here. But ultimately, there's really two ways that you can look for keywords. You can use a website that has a keyword database that gets updated consistently, or you can just kind of do an intuitive search into Google, see what it suggests for keywords. But either one is going to allow you to find keywords that your customers are searching up. So the first way, if you want to use a paid software, this is SEMrush. A lot of people use it. It's very popular software or website that lets you look up keywords and domains. So if I want to go to find keywords, what I can do is come to Keyword Magic Tool and then start looking up keywords. Like you can see, like heat pump. If I go heat pump, let's see here. Let's see what it gives me. It shows me that heat pump in Canada, where I am, so you want to change whichever country you're from, 33,000 searches in a month on average, right? But the keyword difficulty is 78. So the closer to 100 it is, the harder it's going to be to rank for that keyword. All right, scrolling down here, heat pump rebate, 2,900, but it's 39. And you can, if you really want to get into detail here, you can look at the cost per click, which for this one, it's $2.05. This one's $2.24. So the higher the cost per click, the more valuable Google sees it as. But if I go heat pump installers, okay, heat pump installation, right? Not as much, 1,600. It is kind of going to be kind of hard. Heat pump installers, right? 720 searches, not as much again, but this one's way easier to rank for. And look at it's more than double what the keyword difficulty is for heat pumps, right? So you can see there, it sees it as more valuable because if someone's searching this up, heat pump installers near me, look at that. Not as difficult to rank for. That's going to be valuable. That's exactly what we did for Conor. Look at this. Heat pump installation near me. 320 searches a month with a keyword difficulty of 11 and a cost per click of $5.28. Like that is crazy opportunity right there. That like almost anybody can rank for that keyword there. And imagine if your website got 320 clicks every single month from this keyword, heat pump installation near me, from people who were looking for heat pumps. Like what would that do for your business? But it's not just that. It's not like you have one keyword on your page or on your website and you only rank for that keyword. When you have keywords scattered around your website and you have pages dedicated to one keyword, Google is going to rank you for a lot more than just this, right? It's not just going to say, oh, they're only ranking for heat pump installation near me. It's going to rank you for heat pump install, heat pumps installers near me, heat pump installation cost, heat pump installers near me, heat pump installers. It's going to rank you for almost all of these keywords because they're pretty similar, right? So think about that and what the implications for that could be for your business, because for Conor, it was going from $47,000 in SEO generated quotes in that 90-day period before to over $338,000. That's over 7 times what he was doing before just by implementing this stuff here. And so you can come to SEMrush and you can look up this information. You get like a free trial and then do this for free. Of course, I pay for this tool. It's around, I believe it's like 180, 200 bucks a month, but it's so worth it if you're doing this on a consistent basis. But like I said before, you come back to Google, you could search up heat pump or whatever the service is, right? Like we'll use website design near me as like as a different example, so I can show you this works for anything. Let's scroll down a bit here. How much does it cost to hire a website designer? That's a keyword that people are looking up because Google suggests it. How much does a website design consultant cost? How much is a good website design? Can I hire someone to design my website? Google's suggesting these, says people also ask, because a lot of people ask these questions and search it into Google. So what you could do is, in this case, you can write blogs about these questions, like literally just say, how much does it cost to hire a website designer, or whatever services you're offering to people. Put that content on your website and use it and really just treat it as a keyword to rank for, because clearly it's being searched onto Google, right? And so you can't see the stats on it. Google doesn't show you how many people search up this keyword every single month, how difficult it's going to be, what the cost per click is. It's not going to show you that. Google is not going to show you that here. That's the beauty of using something like SEMrush. However, it's going to give you great options. And if you scroll down here to the bottom, it'll show you related searches. These are other good keywords, right? Website designer near North Vancouver, BC, Vancouver website design, web design, Vancouver jobs. And you can just keep doing this over and over again until you get like a bunch of keywords that you could put into your website. But ultimately, my best piece of advice for you in this step is to keep it simple and don't overcomplicate it. Like most people are going to be searching up similar terms like you've seen here, right? Like these are very, very similar terms that are getting a ton of searches, which the accumulation of these is a couple thousand, right? Every single month. And so whatever your service is that you're offering, chances are you've got thousands and thousands of people searching it up into Google on a monthly and daily basis for you to rank for. All right, so don't overcomplicate it. Find a good keyword if you can. Like I would start with heat pump installation near me. In this case, it's not getting a ton of searches, but it's really easy to rank for. And again, if you use this keyword strategically on your website, which I'm going to show you how to do, so definitely stay for that, it's not just going to rank you for this one keyword. You're going to rank for other ones such as heat pump installer, heat pump installers, heat pump installers near me. Like you get the idea, okay? So that's how we do keyword research. So I'll write this down here as a note so that you can see it. So like if we go keyword research, I'm just going to do KR. So I don't have to spell this whole thing out. You can either use, you can kind of use two things. You can use Google, okay? And then you can use SEMrush. So this process, it shouldn't take you long. I actually do like using both of these together kind of in tandem. And just to give you an example, like when you're looking for keywords, you're really at the mercy of your imagination. And that's why before we do this, we look at who your customers are, what their problems are, what services they're looking for, so that we can generate ideas for the keywords here, right? I'm sure it's making a little bit more sense now. That's why we're doing the demographic and customer research before this. But if I go into Google, I can kind of use these together and I can kind of copy this, like, oh, how much does it cost to hire a website designer? And then I can go back to SEMrush and then put this into the keyword magic tool. And I can see that this gets, around 20 searches per month. So it's not too much, but I can search up how much is a good website design, put that in there. It could be more, could be less, could be the same, right? This one says 0 in Canada on a monthly basis. It's clearly not true because it shows it here. How much does a good website design consultation cost? See that one just for fun, just to see what it is, right? It's not really, I could search up how much does a website cost? That may be one that gets a lot of searches. Yeah, look at that. 260 searches per month, like not a lot compared to the heat pumps that we just saw, but the difficulty is a lot higher because websites cost a lot to build in most cases. How much does it cost to build a website? How much does it cost to make a website? How much does it cost to do a website? These are kind of all variations of the same keyword. So again, if your website does have a high authority on Google and you can rank for these more difficult keywords, then definitely this would be something great to look at on Google here, right? The people ask section, and then put those onto your website. But those are the two ways to look for keywords. And then when you have keywords, what I would do is, I'll just write a note here. When you have keywords, okay, after you've searched up your keywords, you've got a few written down, right? I would write these down into like a notebook or something, or if you're just designing your website while you're doing this, just put them right onto your website into the content, which again, we're gonna go over that in the next few steps here. But when you have some good keywords, which again, you just don't overcomplicate this. Don't take this too far where you're spending hours doing this. This should take you, if you're just a typical service provider like HVAC, which actually does have a lot of services, the max it should take you is like an hour and a half to get all of your great keywords together. Usually when we're doing this, it doesn't take more than like 20, 30 minutes to get this preliminary research done on keywords. Because again, I can't reiterate this enough. When you try to rank for one keyword like this, Google's not just going to rank you for that one keyword. It's going to rank you for multiple ones surrounding it that are similar to that keyword as well, okay? But coming back here, when you have keywords, what are you going to do, okay? You're going to take them, you're going to write them down. My writing is like not amazing because I'm using my mouse to do this. Write them down. And then we're going to put them into our website. Okay, now, before we get into the next step of actually putting them into the website, all right, you want to have a website builder ready to go. This video doesn't go over how to build, how to design a website, which website builder to choose. If you guys want to see a video, going over how to decide which website builder to use based on what you're actually looking for, definitely put it down in the comments so that I know that's what you guys want to see. But I do have another video, which I'll link actually right here and in the description, which shows you how to make a website just on Squarespace, which it's a drag and drop website. It's similar to Wix, but there's absolutely no reason you can't get killer results on Squarespace. I'll link that video here so you can click on it, watch the video of how to create a website, because if you do that, it's going to be a little bit easier. But either way, definitely stay. If you don't have a website yet, stay on this video because it's going to be really, really crucial for when you actually, it's going to give you context for when you're building or setting up your first website. But when you have the keywords, you're going to write them down, keep track of them, and then we're going to put them into your website. But again, like if you're looking to get results like Conor, like you saw at the beginning of this video, it's not going to happen if you're just setting up a website for the very first time. You should already have a website. It should be on a builder somewhere. You're just taking it and making it better, okay? So, zooming out here, what do we have done so far? We have the customer data. We have your keywords now. At this point, it's just a matter of putting them into your website and optimizing it for SEO. So, we're going to take SEO optimization, going to bring it down here. Let's zoom in, okay. So what is SEO optimization? SEO, I mean, you should know it at this point, is search engine optimization. That's what it stands for. SEO is simply the process of trying to rank your website higher on Google. It's going into your website, into the back end, into the images, putting in the keywords like we've already found and have written down in there, and then uploading the sitemap to Google Search Console so that it can index it and put your website where it thinks it should go based on the algorithm, which nobody really knows how it works. But just simply put, SEO is getting your website higher up on Google by doing things to it that will show Google you should be ranking higher. We're going to go over a few of those things in this section. We're not going to get into like just crazy detail about things that you really don't need to know or technical SEO steps. I'm just going to tell you how we did it for Conor, how you could do it for yourself so that I don't overcomplicate it. But SEO is search engine optimization. Perfect. That's what it stands for, okay? Optimizing it for a search engine. Perfect. Okay. So the first step is to get your keywords, okay? Number one, we're gonna have another text box in here and I'm gonna zoom in so that we can go over the steps. Number one, get your keywords. Not WODs, get your keywords. Step two, okay. Go into your website builder. Step three, put keywords into the website. Okay, so I'm going to show you Conor's website and how we've done that. So the first step here, get your keywords. Wherever the list of keywords is, get that right now because we're going to be using it in your website. Step two, go into your website builder. So this is, oh, here we go. This is Conor's website right here. I'm not in the website builder. I'm going to show you the back end of the website. But this is his website right here. I'm going to show you how we put the keywords in and how we did that strategically. The first thing is for his SEO title and SEO description. So wherever you can find that on your website, look for that right now. I'm going to search up white plumbing. And if I go down to his website, white plumbing, plumbing and heating services, Vancouver. That's the SEO title. Look at this, heat pump installers near me, heat pump install. Like these are all keywords that we're trying to get him to rank for that are really high value. The link, whatever link you see, even for like Facebook and HomeStars, any other website, the link that you see, that's the SEO title. That's what's going to show up on the SEO title. Okay, this link here, the text link. The SEO description is this. Okay, find expert heat pump installers near you, trust or scaled, right? So anything you see here, that's an SEO description. So wherever you're at in the settings of your website page, look for SEO title or SEO settings, SEO title, SEO description, and you're gonna put in the description of text there. Okay, so let's talk about that first. Let me put a text box here, and then we're gonna say, okay, so SEO title, description. We'll use Conor's example of HVAC or heat pumps, right? HVAC installation, air conditioners, boilers, right? So if I'm trying to rank a page for heat pump installation, that's kind of the example that we've been using. The title of that page could be right? Expert heat pump installers near me. And then I would make the first letter of the words capitalized just for it to stand out because again, that's what people are seeing on Google. The important thing here is the SEO title is what's going to show up on people's searches when they're looking for those keywords. And if it's ranking high enough, the better you can make that title and the more enticing you can make it, the more clicks you're going to get on your website, the more visitors equals more leads for you. So what I sometimes like to do is when we have the keyword in there, which this is going to be your keyword. So let me just, I'm actually going to highlight this so that you can see this is the keyword, right? Like, that's the keyword. And you want to have the keyword in the SEO title and you're going to have it in the description as well, but I'll get into that in a sec. I like to have some sort of enticing, like attention grabbing headline that maybe calls out the target audience, just like you would do in an ad. So you can say like, can't get warm, question mark, and then expert heat pump installers near me. Like you could say, can't get warm in your home, question mark. You could say like too cold, right? Like, or you could say heat pump broken, and then whatever services or keyword that you're trying to rank for there. So that's just an example. I always like to do something like this because it gets way more clicks on your website. It's way more enticing, as you can tell. And the click-through rate on your website, the Google algorithm is actually seeing that. It's seeing how many clicks your organic website pages that are ranking gets, and it'll rank you higher according to that as well. That's definitely a variable. So if you can get an enticing headline like heat pump broken, question mark, then do that as much as you can. I don't always do it like you saw with Conor's website, but it helps a lot of the time if you can take that extra step. Then the SEO description. This is something you could definitely use just ChatGPT for. You can see here I have it in my bookmarks because it's something that we use pretty consistently. But the SEO description is simply talking about the services. It gives you that opportunity to put your keyword into more places. So if we're doing heat pumps, you can say, we are expert heat pump installers here on the North Shore of Vancouver, and will install your new heat pump in 14 days or less. We have been in business. And then write a little blurb about this. You don't want it to be like too long. You don't want this to be like a huge paragraph. A couple sentences at most. I would do a couple sentences at most. Google will see that. If it's too long, you might have like too many keywords in there and Google might not rank it as well. I don't know if that's 100% true or factual, so just take that as it is. But other than that, I've seen great results with just a couple sentences. That's really what I'm saying. You don't need to overdo it, okay? So that's the first few steps just right there. Putting the keywords into your website. There's more places that you want to put them though. For example, heat pumps. Heat pump installers in Vancouver. That's a keyword. Do you need heat pump? Do you need a custom heat pump install for your home? That's a keyword as well. So where we're also putting it is the text of your website. Okay, if I scroll down here, heat pump installation. Heat pump installs. It's in a lot of locations other than just the SEO title and SEO description. It's here in the heading. Make sure it's a heading 1. Okay, so we're gonna write this down so we don't forget it, okay? So, keyword in the copy. When I say copy, I'm referring to the text that you see. This is all copy, okay? That's copy. Any text that you see is copy. Of your website. Okay, so expert heat pump installers near me. We're just using the same example as the SEO title and SEO description to show you, okay? Gonna make that bold, and then make sure, again, okay, you need to make sure of this. Whatever the keyword is that you're trying to rank for, that's a heading 1. In websites, I don't know what the max like number of headings that they have is in coding, but the heading 1 is what Google is going to see your website is trying to rank for. It's going to take that heading 1 and say, this website page is trying to, not necessarily trying to rank for, but it's going to show it in front of the people who are looking up those types of phrases. So for example, if we go back to the homepage, this is actually the heading 1. So we made this website on Webflow, or it actually got done by a previous agency that did a great job at it. It looks freaking fantastic. This design here, we've changed it around quite a bit, but this kind of overall branding and design is their works, but we've just optimized it for SEO. Premium heating installation in Vancouver and the North Shore. We've changed this so the heading 1 doesn't have to be the biggest heading, but your website has to show that the text is heading 1, that you want to have heading 1. So premium heating and installation in Vancouver and the North Shore. If I look this up, they should be ranking pretty decently for that. Okay, yeah, so they're the first page or first position there. So that would have been embarrassing if they were on the first position there. But you can see that's the keyword that we're trying to get them to rank for, and it's clearly working well. And so that we put that as the heading 1, just to put it simply, right? That is really important. So I'm going to put an exclamation point there. You know what? I'm going to do 2. Maybe I'll do 3. Oh my God, I'm being so silly. Okay. So we're here. Heat up. We're not done yet. There is more places that we want to put this keyword onto the website. If we go to your website and you scroll down, you can see there's images. That's an image. These are actually PNG images. That's an image right there. And the interesting thing about images is that when you upload them to your website, there's two places you can put the keyword. One, in the alt text or the alt tag of the image, which is what Google shows to people with who are blind, who can't see, that it kind of uses like a reader to go through the page, and it can tell you what a website, or sorry, what an image is just by clicking on that image. So if you put the keyword into the image, I'm not sure if there's a way to do it here or show you, but either way, if you looked at the alt text of this image, it would have the keyword that we're trying to rank this website for. The next thing is the file name. So if you go to your files, your documents, your images on your computer, you can see that there's a file name. And if you put the keyword into the file name, which just rename your images to have the keyword in them, then Google will see that as well and incorporate that into the ranking of your website and rank you higher based off of that. So this is kind of a small thing. It's a little bit tedious, but it's really important. So the next thing here is going to be images. One, put keyword into the alt text of image on your website. So find that setting wherever your website builder is, put it there. Number two, put keyword into the file name. So for example, that might be something like heat pump installers near me .jpeg or like PNG, whatever the image file name or file type is. That's what I would rename the images to, okay? So put the keyword again. That's the keyword. Put it in the file name. I'll just say KW for keyword. Okay, so that's next. Now, there's one more thing we can do with the keyword to optimize our page for SEO. If we go down here, not sure why that's glitching out. You can see in some places there's these links, right? Heat pumps. Let's see, there should be some more here. Yeah, furnace installation. Tankless water heaters, HVAC systems. Right, there's these little links on or in the text. Now, what are these? These are anchor links. These are internal links that link to other pages. So if I go install a new HVAC system for your home, that takes me to this website page, HVAC Installers, North Vancouver. Again, if I search this up, they should be ranking pretty high in there. I think this is the heading one, I believe. So we go HVAC Installers, North Vancouver. They're probably on the second page for this one. This is relatively newer here. Yeah, HVAC Installers, North Vancouver. As you can see there, that's, again, now you know, that's the SEO title, SEO description, okay? But what are these text links and why are they important? Google likes to see that inside of your website, it's linking to other pages. And it's even great to have your website linking to pages outside of your website. So other people's websites that your website is linking to. And then get backlinks as well, which you probably heard. We're not going to go over backlinks in this video. We want to get you ranking like right away. Backlinks are a great way to do that, but it's kind of out of the scope of this video. That would be a very long video. Either way, this is linking to one of the pages on our website. Heat pumps. Discover a top-notch heat pump installer right near you. That's another keyword. And you could see the text link that I have here is not just like no pressure and then I link that to another page, or honest and transparent and then link that to a heat pump page. The text that I'm linking is going to a page that's relevant to that text. Install a new HVAC system for your home. Heat pumps, right? Those are linking to relevant pages. I'm not just gonna link consultation or insurers or phone to. Like, you wanna find text that is relevant to the page that you're trying to rank for or keyword that you're trying to rank for, and then use that, okay? So I'm gonna write this down here. Okay. Links. And More specifically, it's text links. This is kind of the last thing I do when I'm optimizing a page or a website for SEO. It's very tedious, as you can probably assume. So for example, we'll say, if this is like a home page paragraph or a sentence on the home page, you could say like, maybe it says, we install heat pumps for your home, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to do the whole thing. But then you would link install heat pumps. It can be install heat pumps for your home, whatever that is. The thing about this is you don't want to do too much. You don't want to have like every single paragraph have like 5 text links that people can see. And it's just obvious what you're trying to do. People don't like that. And it's kind of distracting from the content of the website. As you can see here for white plumbing, there's not too much. Like I had to scroll down to find a few of them. And so you don't want to have it be too distracting. And if you can, there may be some places where you can not or take off this underline to show, or to not show that it's linked to another page. So you take off that formatting so it doesn't actually look like a text link. You can do that in some website builders. In Webflow, you can do that. So if you're using Webflow, definitely try to check that out. So I'm going to make sure to put a note on this. Hold up. There we go. So text links should be text links need, and that's a big need to be the keyword you're ranking for. The big thing here as well, if you can, where possible, put a link to the same page. So like if I'm on HVAC Installers North Vancouver, that's an SEO landing page. I want to put a link somewhere in this text that links just back to the same page. That really helps as well. Okay, so now that you know where to put the keywords into your website and what to actually do, there's one last step which we talked about briefly. It's the probably most important part, is just to upload it to Google Search Console, because again, if you do not do this, everything that you've done on your website has just gone to waste. Google is not going to index your website unless you have this set up. So let me just give you a quick preview of what that actually looks like and how to do it. I'm not going to go through each of the steps, but I'm going to show you where to look. So for example, I'm going to go to White Plumbing, who got some, I think he's the last one here. Yeah. So you can see here, that's his performance. It actually, we'll plug the plug the performance here quickly. You can see here over the last 12 months, this is his website. We started in August. It was like the beginning of August 2023. So you can see here, like, yeah, beginning of August, it really starts to skyrocket up here, getting around 1,500 impressions, between 1,000 to 1,500 impressions every single day, right? And like you can see here, like he's not getting too much clicks right now, like 20, 21 clicks. So that tells me we should probably work on his SEO titles and make better taglines that are more attention grabbing. But either way, you're going to click add property. You can do domain or URL prefix, whatever works. Put in your domain or that URL prefix, press continue, and follow the steps that they give you. You can either put a Google tag into your website builder, whatever the host is. You can put it into the DNS of your domain. There's a few different options that you can use that Google Search Console lets you do. But when you're finished that, once it's added the property, it's successfully connected, which take you no more than 5 minutes. You're going to go into your property, which we're in White Plumbing and Heating. You're going to go to Sitemaps, and then it should say your URL prefix or the domain here. If not, you'll put this in, right? And then you go sitemap.xml. You put that in. I'm not going to do it because you can see we've already got the website in here, but sitemap.xml. So your website, https://www.whiteplumbing.ca/sitemap.xml. Sitemap.xml. I cannot stress that enough. Sitemap.xml. Click submit, and it should be good to go. There shouldn't be any issues. And if there is, you can just, what I typically do on Google Search Console, if there's something that I haven't seen before, I just copy the error message and then paste it into Google, and it should show you the solution or what other people have done after that. And so what I'm going to do here in this is I'm going to go Google search console. That looks like a G. I'm going to go down. I'm going to underline that. You know what? I'm going to be crazy and silly again and do it 3 times. You know I'm serious now. You know it's getting serious. It's getting real. And I'm even going to put that up there just so you can see it. Google Search Console. You need to be doing this. Make sure you follow this part of the video because it's the most important. Again, if you don't do this, Google is not going to index your website. It's not going to see the sitemap of all of your pages. That's really what this is doing. You're uploading your sitemap, which shows all of your pages, to Google, and then it'll index it accordingly. If you don't do that, and again, that's what I've done in the past, is I haven't uploaded a website to Google Search Console and it was only ranking like the 1 or 2 pages from the website when I had 20. Okay, so don't do this. Next step after you've done this, so it's optimized for SEO. This is probably the most time-consuming part of the process. So if you've already done this, congratulations. If you've gone through all of these steps, right, which I'll actually go through this and kind of number these so that you know the steps. So there's one here. Actually, that's not a good color to use. I'll use this one. 1, 2, putting it in the copy. 3, images. 4, text links. 5, Google Search Console. Beauty. Okay, next thing here, conversion rate optimization. This is the easy part. Actually, you know what? I'm going to delete this to show that we're making progress here. There we go. We've only got 1 step left after this. Guys, if you're still here in the video, I appreciate you. You should just subscribe at this point. Like, bro, if you're here, I don't even know how long it's been, like 50 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. Just subscribe, dude. Conversion rate optimization. What is this? We are optimizing for not getting this. Okay, so this section for context, SEO optimization, we're optimizing for getting people to the website, right? So I keep forgetting where this thing is. This right here, getting people to the website. That's what we're optimizing for. Conversion rate optimization, this one, turning website visitors into leads, people who are already on your website. Make sense? Perfect. So how do we do this? How do we turn website visitors into leads? There's a few ways. Ultimately, I'll show you how we do it on Conor's, but we're making a good tagline, a attention-grabbing tagline that actually calls out their problem. So if we go back to the very beginning here, the customer data, customer information, right? We're looking at their problems, right? Like can't get heat from their home. There's no air conditioning. They're not comfortable, right? Like if you're at your house and you're either way too hot or you're way too cold, that's just the best way to describe that is uncomfortable. That's what you are. And the problem that you're having, right? If you're not making enough money, like that's a problem. There's no leads. There's uncertainty in your business, right? If you offer business solutions, oftentimes the problems that stem from the solution that you're offering is, or I should say, the result of the problems that people have is uncertainty in the business. And that's what you're solving. So whatever problems you're solving for, you can put that in the tagline. And again, it doesn't have to be the heading 1. You could put a heading 1 like smaller and then have a bigger heading. That's maybe your heading 2 or heading 3. Be get back to comfort in your home, right? Get more leads for your business, guaranteed. Get more certainty in your business, guaranteed, or your money back, whatever that offer is, whatever your offer is. I'll show you my website just so that you can actually, I don't think I've shown my website in here yet. Start acquiring more customers using your website, right? And I call out the target audience, home service businesses, right? Without changing your entire business, not knowing what work is being done, without destroying your reputation, right? Like these are all problems that stem from the larger problem of not acquiring enough customers, not getting enough leads. This is our offer. That's what we do for businesses. So whatever your offer is, put that into the heading of your website. This is going to keep people on your website. Next thing, call to action. Get your same day quote now. I see way too many people having just these bland calls to action. like contact us, get in touch, where it works if you're not trying to really convert too many people on your website. Like that's okay. If you're not using your website to get like a ton of customers, if you're not too worried about that, you just want to get more exposure on your website. Maybe you have like a blog and it's just for your enjoyment. That's okay. You don't need to, you can just ignore what I'm saying right now. But if you want to get more leads, like in Conor's case, you want to have a call to action that entices people, that has some sort of time variable in there. Now, it could be now, it could be today. Get your new system installed in the next 14 days. Like that's a time variable in there. And it's like we talked about keywords, there's short tail and long tail. Contact us or get in touch. That'd be like a short tail call to action. We want a long tail call to action that calls out the target customer. Get your same day quote now. And if I wanted to expand on this, I could say, get your free same day quote now. But ultimately, like if you go to any of our clients' websites, click here to get your free quote, right? Well, of course, my mind is blanking right now. Tree line hedge services, that's another one. Your tree and hedge work covered. Claim this exclusive offer today. Yeah, that's like a 40% off. So I guess that could be a good example of like if you have some sort of exclusive offer that you're doing or discount, like he's doing 40% off for February, claim this exclusive offer today. That time variable as well is very important. Kaizen renovation, that's another one actually. Click here for your free quote. Across all our websites, they're basically the same. Like we don't use too much variation in the calls to action. And the reason for that is because they actually work really well. So there's no reason to change it up or make these crazy calls to action. I'll show you here. I'm just going to screenshot this section of the website and I'll put notes into the chart or diagram that we have here from that screenshot so that I can just reiterate what I've just told you guys about. So let me get that screenshot up here. Okay. To reiterate the points that we went over for conversion rate optimization, this is the hero section. Let's take a look at it. The most important section of their website. You've got a good, or let me do red on this. CTA, that's G, CTA, okay? A good CTA, what does it have? Time variable. Why is that so tiny? Time variable. You know what, I need to zoom in, I think. Make this smaller. There we go. Time variable. You've got long tail, right? Not short. Contact us, bad keywords, or bad calls to action, right? Describes the next part in the sales process, okay? These are good practices for conversion rate optimization. Ultimately, what we've noticed on our clients' websites and on our own, people don't spend too much time on a website, right? They're spending maybe a couple minutes if they're enticed, but really, like, if you're not capturing attention in the first couple seconds, you're done. But people are just off the website. That's just how attention spans are these days. There's no getting around it. So you want to have a catchy, or not catchy necessarily, but an enticing heading one. I'll just call it a tagline because it doesn't really have to be a heading one. Enticing tagline, super important. That's what's going to capture people's attention. When I do 3 exclamation marks, when I do 3 of anything, now you just know it's super important, okay? Next thing for your conversion rate optimization is going to be just the rest of the page of that website, right? Like calling out your target audience is really great. Like, you know, one example I think I read it in a book. I believe I read it in a book. If you're like at a party, if there's a bunch of people around, if you're in a crowd of some sort, imagine like you're in a club or something and there's just loud music going on. You're in a huge crowd of people. But if somebody calls out your name, think about like your name, like for example, myself, if someone's like, Steven, if someone says your name, you're like looking around like, well, who said that, right? Who said that? It's the exact same thing with copy on a website. It's like calling out that person's name. Someone who needs a new HVAC system. You're calling them out, right? Which is just called a call out. So if you can do that on your website, that's fantastic. Scrolling down here, putting points of value, high quality work, honest and transparent, complete customer satisfaction, putting in your social proof, right? Images that of your customers installing a system, servicing a customer, whatever that is for you, putting in your social proof. As you can see here, if I go to my own website, I've got customer case studies. Hey, there's Conor that I'm talking about right now, right? That's social proof. One of the most important parts there. So social proof, right? Your reviews, your case studies, social proof, extremely important, right? In most cases, I put the social proof in the second section of the website because that's how important it is. You want to call out customers. All right. And then if I go here, I'm actually going to scroll up and then just copy Ben up here because, hold on. I need to fix this. I need to highlight all of it. There we go. We're linking these two. You're calling out Ben, all right? That's who you're calling out. And examples of callouts could be homeowners in North Vancouver, right? That's a callout. Home service businesses. Busy business owners. There's so many, like if you offer like Airbnb, you could be like summer, I was gonna say summer lovers, but that kind of sounds weird. Summertime vacationers. There you go. That works, right? So like whatever your customer base is, call them out in whatever way that you can, right? Like if we're doing heat pumps, North Shore homeowners who can't get warm with no, or I would just say with no heat, can't get comfortable in your space, question mark, no heat, right? Like these are all call outs to your customers. Use these in the copy of your website, and then good calls to action as well. The social proof, right? That could be testimonials, that could be case studies, and then finally, like call it their problems as well. The problems, like we talked about before, talk about those on the website, talk about their pain points, right? Underneath, I'll just write pain points because that's really what those are. Pain points. And then if I come back here, because we've already done the demographic research of your customers, we can just take these problems that we've found from your customers that they're having, and then we can connect it to the solution, which I can literally just paste this because we've already got that. We've already done the research. We've written it down, right? So you're talking about the problems that your customers are having and then how you're going to solve them with your solution for heat pumps, air conditioning, whatever that is, and then your offer for that. So for myself, right, I'm talking about like our process to get you higher paying customers through your website. Like if you're a home service business that is wasting money, you're wasting time doing your own marketing, you're losing customers, then this is what we're going to do for you. It's really simple. Like you can see here, we don't do or try to do SEO on our website because that's not how we get customers. That's not where we have leverage already. But you can see here, like you just keep it simple, right? We're going to help you get more higher paying customers, get more website visitors organically, focus your attention on other parts of your business. Like that's the things that people are dealing with and struggling. The business owners that we work with, they're wasting money, wasting time, losing customers. And then this is how we're going to help them solve the problem. That's what you can replicate on your own website. Finally, where is it? Boost SEO. And we're just going to cross that off the list. Oh, wow. There we go. Oh, no. No. Okay, that's just, there we go. Okay, boost SEO. What does this mean? This is the SEO that we're doing on an ongoing basis. SEO is just not a one-time thing. You leave it and it's done. Although you can do that and get good results temporarily, and that's the majority of the success that we can attribute to Conor's case is what we did at the very beginning. But the fact that we've been able to keep it going over a longer period of time, like you saw, we've been working with him for about, I think, 6-7 months now. That's why the website has been growing, and you can see that trend from the Google Search Console that I showed you earlier. That's the reason why it's grown so much, is because of the SEO that we've done on an ongoing basis. So what does this actually look like? Okay. Blogs. Adding pages. Three, change content. Change images around. Change the text around on the homepage or the pre-existing page. Add in new links. Take away links. Change content. And there's kind of a plethora of other things that you can do here. But ultimately, what are these things encompassing? You are adding new content to the website. That's what you're really doing, is adding new content to the website. I'm not sure why this text is so small. There we go. And so what is that doing? You are showing Google that your website is up to date. And Google will rank websites higher or lower based on their reputation, right? The domain reputation, the domain authority, there's a lot of different words for it, but how reliable Google sees your website as a source of information. Is your website a more reliable source of information or a less reliable source of information? And the more that you update content, you add blogs, like blogs are a really big one here. I'm just going to put a star there because blogs are huge for doing this. Google prefers blogs over other content for ranking your website for more informational keywords, because when you have a blog, it shows that you put out educational or informational content, which is good. Google likes to see that. But ultimately, to boost the SEO, it's putting out content on a consistent basis. What we do is add landing pages, so SEO landing pages, which are just new keywords that we're trying to rank for. Like you saw in White Plumbing, it's not just his main pages here that we have on his website. It's other pages as well that you don't see on the heading or footer navigation. It's other pages for other keywords, that we're trying to rank for. So boosting SEO on a consistent basis is adding content to the site. Another way that you can do it, backlinks. Okay. Backlinks it's a big topic. It's so important because it really adds to the authority of your website. And again, taking into account that Google ranks your website really based off of how well it sees your website as being an authority or good source of information. If it sees that other websites are ranking back to your website, that's a really good thing. It shows that other people reference your website or reference the information on your website. So having backlinks is super, super important. I'm going to do the 3 underline and I'm going to do the 3 exclamation points. Okay. There's a variety of ways you can get backlinks. I'm not going to do it in this video, but if you want to see a video showing how you can get backlinks, how we do it for our clients, a lot of the time it's something that you can outsource to people. I don't always recommend like Fiverr. We use some really good credited, vetted sources for backlinks that get us backlinks on a consistent basis. I can show you how we do that, how we use it, and how you can do it yourself if you don't have the money to spend on backlinks. But ultimately, they can be pretty cheap if you're using a vetted, like credible, really good, reliable source for the backlinks. It can be an absolute game changer. I guarantee you. So that's what you're doing on an ongoing basis. So to not revamp, but kind of go over everything once more here. Oops. Actually, why did I do that? I need to take that away. There we go. To go back, we did the customer data. We looked at your customer demographic information, the problems that they're having, and the solution to that problem, right? What are they searching into Google? That's the big thing. That's the big question, is what are they searching into Google? And how, this is just gonna, okay. Yeah, there we go. What are they searching into Google? How can I rank for it? 2, look up the keywords based on that information. 3, do the SEO optimization. Put those keywords into the website, upload it to Google Search Console. That is the most important thing that you can do. 4, make sure your website is optimized for conversions. That's exactly what we did for Conor. To put a good call to action, put an enticing tagline so that you capture people's attention within the first few seconds. Boost the SEO on an ongoing basis so that, like you saw with Conor, I'll pull it back up again in the Google Search Console. You're not just ranking once and it's just one and done. You're ranking it over a longer period of time. You're getting better results. You're adding new content, getting backlinks, so that you can get results like you've seen here, where it's low, like not even 1, 2, 3 clicks a day, right? A couple dozen impressions, to now between 1,000 to 1,500 impressions on a daily basis for the website. That's exactly what we did with Conor. Again, if you guys want to see more videos like this, if you like this, if you got any value out of this at all, comment down below. If you want to see a video of literally anything that I talked about here today, any one of these sections like calls to action, if you want to see a video about that, if you want to see a whole video about conversion rate optimization, I'd love to make a video and put out as much content that gives you guys value as possible. So let me know, guys. If you want this document as well, just comment below. I'll also leave a link in the description of this video to this document, so you can just take it and download it. And again, if you are a home service business or in the trades, in the service industry at all, you want to get results like this, you have a website, it's an untapped gold mine, you know it, you've seen the results that it can yield for you. We took Conor from 47,000 in quotes that came through SEO in 90 days to, after 90 days working with us, $338,000 in quotes organically. And we are still ranking his website where it's actually growing. It's not just the same result as before. I'm super stoked about this. So guys, if you got great results from this or like this content at all, drop a like. And if you can, subscribe so I know that this information is getting out to people. We'll catch you in the next one.